1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Why can roadies never count further up than 2? Is this thing on? Hello everybody and welcome back to another Avant 3 here on the FTOG server with me, TechnoJock, where I am eager to get going with more blood magic. So, let's have a look and see what we're doing. I've got stuff here to put into this. In between episodes I made myself some more tartaric gems. I made another petty one and I have taken them both up to the common ones. So the easiest way to do this, because you need will in this bit to be able to make a gem into let's show you, right. So to be able to make a petty into a lesser, you need to have the petty here and have some will. So you need 60 at least in a gem, and you need it'll drain 20 out of it. So you need to have another gem really to be able to up one. So you need to, having two allows you to kind of leapfrog up, so you'll use one to upgrade the other, then use that one to upgrade that. So that's how to do that, and you can swap charge or will between them. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, if we go like that, you see, you can dump it out of one into the other like that, back and forth. So that's what to do, because thing that I discovered was when you upgrade one to the other, if you've got any will left in that one, yeah, you'll lose it. It does not carry over into your new gem. So just be aware of that. To use up as much as you can, swap it over into your other gem before you do it. So getting from the petty to the lesser is pretty easy. Block of lapis, block of redstone, and a diamond. And then to go from the lesser up to the common, you need an imbued slate, a diamond, and a block of gold. So obviously we had that on hand, so I have just gone ahead and done that. And yeah, so what I want to do is I want to put that in there, and then I want to go and put that in there. So redstone, glowstone, gunpowder, and a gold nugget will give us, once it's finished derping, binding reagent. So that, let's go and sort that out. In fact, let's put some of this stuff in here, because I've got some other stuff that I'm wanting to do at the same time. So that's going to go in there just now. So one magma cream. This is going to give us a inscription tool, the elemental inscription tool of fire. Then a bit of obsidian will give us one for earth. And then a ghast tier will give us the air one. And then a lapis block will give us the water one. There we go. Perfect. So that gives us all of those. Cool. Very happy with that. And whilst I've got that charged up, boop, and you'll notice that filled it way up, because if I can actually teleport down, come on, thank you, I went ahead and swapped out. I made runes of self-sacrifice because things were taking a very long time to do. So we're still at tier 3 just now, but you'll see I've got blank runes in here, but we're not quite ready to go up to tier 4 yet. But we've got all of this set up here, so we're filling up that, even though we don't really have a setup for the incense brazier. It's not giving us much more than just the ability to use all of our hearts, or all but one of our hearts at once. It's only really giving us that ability, but it's still pretty handy to be able to just do that all in one go. Now I want to make myself the bound blade. And the bound blade takes a diamond sword to make. So let's make a diamond sword. And then we should have everything that we need. So I'm going to take the arcane ashes, put that in there, binding reagent, makes it into the big one, and then right click on there, and we're going to have a lot of... If you're quite finished making the loudest noise in the whole wide world, I'm going to go and change my music and sound settings so weather is even quieter. Should we have to do that again? Because of course Azenor does like his lightning things. So now we've got a bound blade. Cool. So I want to go back up here, and now that we've got this, I'm going to put my blood orb into here to absorb as much as we can into our life point network, because we need a little bit, because this will use up a little bit every time we swing it. But I'm going to leave that in there just now. Let's head on over here, because I did set up that spawner for wills and it's been doing a great job. It's just skeletons, just in this little bit here. I set it back up so that we've got just a spawner set up here, and we can sort out wills as much as we like and all the rest of it. So yeah, if we do this, and we'll see how long it takes us to get the what is the blood shard, isn't it? Blood shard. Might be a good idea to enchant this blade as well, because that's a bit rubbish. There we go, we've got one. One weak blood shard. I think we need a couple of them. And there's a couple of them. Let's turn this off. That was very quick. Let's just... and I'll use this to get some will into this gem. From the rest, see, I enchanted this one, and it's pretty hardcore. It's almost always a one-hit kill on these guys. There we go, cool, done and dusted. Let's head back over, and that got us, where is it? Did it not get us any will? Oh, 9 will, just 9 will. Oh, that's quite low actually, a little bit surprising, but that's given us a decent start on this. Right, hang on, let's go. We want to put things we want to bin. Trash can. That. Anything else? Those. Everything else we want to keep. So we want to keep those, that, and we'll put those away as well. That'll be fine. And we'll put that away as well. Right, let's have a look and see what we need to do with that. So we can make 16 large bloodstone bricks with 1 weak blood shard and a piece of stone. Let's get ourselves a piece of stone. I don't understand why that ghost is there. I'm not going to cry about it. Right, one piece of stone, 1 of them, make it, and now, so we've got, I should say it's tier 3, now, I think if we go like that, that, and that should now say tier 4. It says tier 4, we're all good to go, perfect, right, so, next up, put some more blood in there. See, that's, and how much does that get us actually? How much does that get us? That gets us 6,360 LP each time we do it. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. So, I don't even have the blood orb. Which blood orb have I got? I've got the apprentice blood orb. Let's have a look at blood orb. So we've got the apprentice one. We need to get the magician for tier 3 and then the master. We could go straight to the master. 25,000 LP. What's the magician? It's 25,000 LP for that one as well. Let's just go straight up. So that's why we need the weak blood shard, the extra one. and we can go straight up to that 25,000 LP. I think we could probably do it if we are sensible. So if I fill this completely, let's just see. That's it at 10,000, right? Now we're full on health. Let's go down here. Let's wait until this thing fully charges us up for as much as it's going to be. There we go, right? And now, if I go and put the weak blood shard in there, and we'll keep an eye on this, and once it goes down, oh my word, that goes quickly. Alright, and then we'll just keep going with this. And hopefully we'll be able to... it's maybe not going to manage it. Oh no, there we go. We just managed to keep ahead of it. Cool. And of course we need to bind that to ourselves, so now we've just skipped a level. That's pretty cool. And now I want to get these things as well. I want to go and just get this pretty high up. These don't actually take an awful lot to make. But we're going to make another couple of inscription tools, and these ones are the dusk ones. So you need to have tier 4 before you can make these ones. So that's good because we want to use these inscription tools. In fact, if I just go uses of that, you'll see we can make a ritual diviner. Now we do need demonic slates. We haven't done them yet. Let's go and see about demonic slates. Things have been taking a long time because this chest, obviously, it stacks 64 things. Now to get 64 reinforced slates takes a long time. Now that's reinforced, that's imbued. So what I want to do is I want to make sure this is off. That's always active. And that's done. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to make it active with signal. Yep. And I put a switch there, so that's active with signal as well, because there's actually stuff in here. But because the switch is on, it is turned off our node, so it's not actually sending stuff in there. That's why we're managing to do the crafting uninterrupted up there. So, let's have a look at this ritual diviner. So the ritual diviner needs stick, diamonds, and the inscription tools that we made for a start. Then we need to make the dusk one, because there's a few of the rituals that aren't available with the standard inscription or ritual diviner, so you need the upgraded versions, of which there are two. There used to only be one, but now there's ones with dusk and one with dawn. But I've never used the ones with dawn, so we will wait and see what happens with those. But we need the ritual diviner, 2 demonic slates, and then the 2 dusk inscription tools to make the dusk diviner rod. And we're going to need a bunch of ritual stones. Now ritual stones are all going to need reinforced slates. It's 1 per reinforced slate, so that's fine. And then we'll need a master ritual stone for the middle, which will take 4 of the normal ritual stones. So whatever ritual we make, we'll need the number of stones plus 4 to make our thingy bob. We don't need to worry about these ones. The inscription tools, and in fact the ritual diviner with the inscription tools in it, will make the correct version that we need. So I need to get the 2 demonic slates. So I need 2 of these and put them up to demonic level. And we'll see how quickly we can do that. Oh my word, that does drain quite quickly. Well, that's done it up to... what is that? It's going again, so we know that's the imbued slate. And that should turn any minute now. There we go. 1 demonic slate. Right, let's get this full up again. Let's do the same thing. 10,000, we're up at full health. Pop that in. And just keep it going. And that's it up at the reinforced. Sorry, imbued. A few more seconds. There we go. Perfect. Right. That's those. So we can make that. Let's do that now. Craft one. Cool. Now let's do this one. Cool. And let's have a look through this thing. So, shift clicking allows, shift right clicking I should say, allows us to cycle through. Oh, and shift left clicking goes the other way. Right, okay. So you can go back and forth. So left and right click. Shift left and shift right click cycles through the different rituals. So we are looking for the Well of Suffering. Of course we are, because that's just how we roll. So Well of Suffering. Let's have a look and see. For rune info, we need a total of 36 runes. So we'll actually need 40 runes, because we need 4 to make the Master Ritual Stone. So we need 40 runes, so we need 40 reinforced slates. Let's go and see how many did we have. We've got 36 anyway, so we only need another 4. That's great, actually. That's great. I'm just going to grab 4 stone from here and do it that way. And do it like that. There we go. Let's just charge this up when it gets there. And in fact, let me just make these, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, so we've got the Master Ritual Stone and the 36 normal Ritual Stones that we need. The Well of Suffering is set in our Ritual Diviner, and if you mouse over the actual Master Ritual Stone, it'll show you the layout. So by looking around, we can see I've dropped this down from the roof a little bit, so we've got sufficient room to work with. We're just clearing the sides there with those yellow runes, the air runes. So I think it's just a case of right click and keep right clicking until all of our runes are placed. So just a couple more, and that should be us done. Cool. Right. That's done. That's fine. And now we should be pretty good to go. I need to put some kind of spawner in here that's going to work. What one do I want to put in? Now, skeletons will make an annoying noise, and then I've got to deal with bows. Zombies make an annoying noise, but they don't have loot that's tricky to deal with. What one shall I put in? I could put in witches, but they have a lot of loot, but they do have cool loot. Witches. Do I do witches? I think I might. I could do blazes. Blazes might be interesting to do. I'll have to think about it. In any case, what I need to do is I need to wall this in and put in a spawner and get that set up. And then I need to have sufficient LP in my system, in my blood orb system, to be able to turn this on. Now, I think that it's... I've got 10,000 in there. Can't remember how much it is, and I can never remember how much it is. So we'll need to have a look and see. And I need a weak activation crystal as well, don't I? Activation crystal? No. 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 Is it these? Oh, okay. We've changed. Activates low level, more powerful rituals. And so I think it's a lava crystal. Okay. I need to make a lava crystal then, which is 3 lava buckets, some obsidian, a diamond, and some glass. Well, I know I've got 1 lava bucket. Yep. So let's make some more buckets. Let's get some iron. Get rid of this. And we'll just go like that. So let's go grab ourselves some more lava. I don't have a ready supply of lava, really, do I? There should be something around about here. There's a lava pool over there. I'll go and get it from. And once I've done that, I'll see about getting the spawner set up. I don't know whether I'm going to go witches or not. We'll see in a couple of minutes. Okay, so I'm just empowering some red Restonia here. So we'll have empowered Restonia crystals. I don't know how long this takes, actually. Hopefully it's not very long. But things are coming together quite well over at the spawner area. I'm trying to make it multi-purpose for us. So once this is done, we'll be in pretty good shape, actually. There we go. Cool. Right. Because I want to take that, make it into those crystals, and I want to make 2 phantom redstone faces. So let's get this. We've got the 2 phantom faces on us that are required to make this. Come on. There we go. And if we do that, we can chop chop. Thank you. Oh, yeah, Dr. Ragehard's come on. I haven't seen him in ages. He's probably just been on when I've not been on, but he says he's been busy with finals and stuff like that, which is always a busy time. I can remember that, just about. Right, I want to put 1 there. Isn't connected. Yeah, that's fine. Isn't connected. That's fine. And I want to brick block there and put conduit facade. I want to put there. 1 conduit in it. Can I not? Thank you. We're being weird. That should be okay now. I've got 1 lever on me. I want to get another lever. Right, so that should be that, and that should be that. And they are connected. So I think I want to make this. Well, first of all, I want to get our phantom connector and say, we'll go up here, everything's enclosed, so we'll have a look at this in a second. So I think ritual on the right, spawner on the left, so block storage to the connector, and there we go. And this should be, I want to make this active on no redstone, so active without signal. There we go. I'm going to get well out of the way of the witches. There they go. And I want to turn that on. So that's the cutoff. So it's not spawner on and ritual on, it's spawner cutoff and ritual cutoff. And then these, let's actually, sound muffler. We should have 1 that will go there. That's much better. Right, so that's looking good. And they drop down. Hang on a minute. Why is that? Is that not working? That should be cutting it off. Is that not working? It'll be disappointing. No, that doesn't appear to be doing it. What about now? Let's get rid of some of these guys. Wow. They do take some killing, these witches. Because they will be munching their health potions. But yeah, we should be able to get through them relatively quickly. And yeah, sorry, I've gone quiet. Concentrating on whacking them on the ankles. There we go. We are getting them, but wow, they are difficult to kill. But once we get the ritual going, then that'll be acceptable. I think I need. That is enchanted though. Ah, it's enchanted with smite. I need spite. I need sharpness on it really to be able to do it properly. Let's ignore them at the moment, right? So, and I think that is not stopping them from spawning. So I actually do need to set this up. Yeah, we're just getting more and more and more in. So never active at the moment. And that is linked, and that is at full up, right? Okay. They're all taking each other out at the moment as well. So, okay, that did not work in terms of these. It does say it's connected to this powered spawner. That should be taking care of it. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see if I can get rid of them now that they've started poisoning each other. Don't know if I'm going to be able to take care of them, really. They are very difficult to kill once they're in this sort of situation. I think maybe a spiked plate on here might be advantageous, but I don't particularly want to do that right now. Let's see, let's get rid of that. What else? That. Okay. I can get rid of that as well, and that. And then the trash can can take care of hats, because we don't really care about hats. Or sticks for that matter right now. Maybe the strong signal will work. Let's have a look. So, strong signal, active with signal. So, I think that should be on just about now. Let's just get out. Thank you. Right, so the switch is on, so it should be active. I think there's too many of them in that area. Let me clean things out and we'll see how we get on. Okay, I have just set it up with the conduits. So the conduits go from the back of these switches. So both of these are cut-offs. So they're not like on, or it's not turn it on to turn the stuff on. It's turn it on to cut it off. And I'm just seeing an errant conduit. There we go. So that goes along and does that. So the spawner is turned off at the moment, and I cannot get rid of these witches. There's far too many of them there. But what I can do is I have the weak activation crystal, and I think I have enough life points. I've got over 20,000 life points. That should be enough, I think, to activate this. So let's go in. Now, I have caught myself that the big mistake that I always make is I forget to bind this to myself. Like you do with the blood orbs, you've got to right click in midair with this thing to bind it to yourself so it sets the current owner. And that's where I always go wrong with this. So let's go over here and right click. Too weak to perform the ritual. Okay, so clearly 20,000 LP is not sufficient. Let's head on over and see how much we can put into this. Let's get that there. I can get rid of those witches' hats in just a moment. Let's go put that in there. We'll take this back out and see how we get on. So that's going up over 30,000. I'll just keep going for the moment. I think 50,000 would be a pretty good amount to get to, I think, really. It's at 42,000. This is going up quite quickly anyway. 45,000. And up over 50,000. Right, cool. Let's grab that. We'll come over here and we'll see how we get on with this. So, let's come in here again. Get this. Come over. And rush of energy flows through the ritual. Excellent. I would have expected something to happen there that was visible, but maybe I've got particles off. Now these are all taking damage, but that could be from the poison, so I'm not altogether sure. Let's go head on upstairs and we'll see blood in the blood altar if it's working. There's blood in the blood altar. Superb. Right. I'll pop that in there. This will hopefully help us clear out that area with the witches. So they are within range of that. That's within range of the altar. They all do get funneled down here, so I can, once I get my sentient sword powerful enough, take care of these guys and build up a decent amount of will. That was pretty low before, so I think if I just do this whilst the ritual's on, it might be okay. Over 300. Yeah, this is going to work quite nicely for getting will as well, until such times as we can do some other ritual that gets us will straight out of the air. So I think that's pretty good. Now, things that we will need to do. Obviously, we need to get the blood that comes from here over to there, and we need to get an awful lot more blood, because yes, that's actually doing quite well. It's going up faster than it's getting put into the blood orb, but we can do stuff about that. So yeah, I want to get the blood out, more blood into here more quickly, and the blood out of here quickly and over to there. So we are going to require an awful lot of stuff, but I think that is probably a good point to wrap up this episode, and I shall see what I can do about getting that sorted out in between episodes and or ready for next episode at least. Until then though, folks, do make sure you have a funds, and I will see you the next time. Bye bye.